Okay, I'm going to show um, how to use the Zoom video, Zoom features. Um, okay, when you have successfully logged into the Zoom, something I don't recommend is do not use the full screen. Once you use full screen, there are a few things you cannot see. Okay, as a teachers, if you come into this Zoom, first thing you do is you have to click these participants. Okay, by the time you come in, you log in, you try to use this button. Do not use minimize. Okay, do not use full screen. What you do is you try your best to adjust your screen size and try to enable two things. First is the participants. Okay, after you enable, you can make it slightly bigger to cover your whole screen. It is not very important, but by doing this, you can have a bigger screen. So I prefer to do it manually. Another features that you want to, you may not need to use, which is chat, but there might be students who like to type in questions because they don't have a microphone. So once you have your class, you see all your students here, and therefore you don't need a bigger chat windows. You can do this by leaving a smaller space for the chat windows and keep the big larger space for your students. A few things you need to understand in here is when you come into here, first thing is this is to mute your audio. By right, I will set all students to automatically mute when they come into this classroom. So just in case when you enable some of the student because they want to ask questions, you can mute all, you can unmute all, or you can just go to the student name and mute the one student or unmute one student only. And other than that, student may like to click things like yes or no, or they want to raise their hand, because as a student mode, they have more things. Okay, for example, they want to clap their hands, they want to go for a coffee. They let you know. To clear all this, you just click here to clear all. Okay, for student, there is a raise hand also somewhere here. If log in as a student. For teacher, when you're practicing this, what I suggest you to do is when you log in and you become a host, okay, we already have the procedure. You inform me, I can promote you to be the host. But in the future, it will be automatic. I already checked, it should be able to do. So in future, once you log in, you are the co-host because host is always me. So I can create as many co-hosts as I can. So I'll put all teachers as co-hosts. Teacher will have the same screen here. Okay. So these are the two things you need to enable: participants and chat windows. First things, resize your screen. Do not use full screen. Next is whether you want to mute or unmute. For some of the computer, you need to say join with computer audio. Okay, it depends. Okay, some of the computer have more settings. That means a more complicated system have more settings. I think just like my Alienware have actually a lot of question asked. So, but others computer, I think no. Just in case your computer asks you more thing, you just click and answer accordingly. For example, if they say you have an antivirus, you have an anti-malware, they say someone is going to use your camera, you just allow it. Some software is going to use your microphone, you just allow it. Okay. Okay, now come to here. For those teachers who have a powerful computer, you can click here and choose virtual background. This computer that I'm using does not have a come with a powerful graphic processing unit. Therefore, I cannot add any virtual background. Okay, for those that powerful enough, you must choose I do not have a green screen. After that, you click. Okay, of course, this computer doesn't have, that's why it doesn't work. Okay, once you are in here, following the protocol, following the rules, procedures, wait for 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes before you start. Once you start, you follow this rule. First, you launch your PowerPoint. Run your PowerPoint first before you choose the share screen. Once you share the screen, you will see there is a place for you to share PowerPoint. Click on it and then click share. Okay, once you share on it, you can click this. And now this is the screen that you are when you are teaching. You can see you can see yourself at the top right corner, but if you don't want to see yourself and the rest of the student, just click this button, talking only. You can't see their face because it's blocking my way, so I don't like it. You move your mouse to the top. Okay, you can use annotate. Okay, annotate commonly used is spotlight. Click the spotlight, then you can see a little dot, red color dot. You can use your mouse to point any place in your PowerPoint slide. If you want to type anything, you can use text. If you want to draw anything, you can use draw. For example, I can draw a line, I can highlight, I can select something when I'm talking about that. Then I can click clear all my drawing, and everything disappear. So if you're not going to draw, you want to use the spotlight, just select spotlight and point to your PowerPoint. Remember, after you click on these two bars, can change color, forget. When you use drawing all this, okay, remember, change color, all this. Okay, go and explore that. You need a practice. Once you click on the top two bars, if you want to come back, you must click on this PowerPoint slide. Once you click on PowerPoint slide, you go to the next slide. You can also use your left right button to do the changing of the PowerPoint slide. But there's one thing you need to know is if your left right button not working, that means you are not selecting your PowerPoint. So click on here, then you can use your left right arrow key on your keyboard to change PowerPoint slide again. Just now I mentioned, it is always good that if you have extra handphone, you just log into Blackboard also, and launch this. Okay, now it's quite because you are a co-host. Actually, you can change your handphone, become a normal student, not a host. But the thing is, since I got no example, it is always good you can, when you are doing the practicing later on, using the practice class, when you communicate to me, I promote you to become the core host. You can use your handphone to become a student, and you can see when you change a slide, usually when the bandwidth is good, it may take about 1 second to 2 seconds to change on the computer screen. So when you change, wait for a while before you talk on the contents, because your student might not see the contents yet. Okay, so this is the only the advantage of logging in another user is you can see the changing of the screen. So today a few teachers already logged in the afternoon. Okay, I already show the teachers how it works. So tomorrow or after tomorrow, if anyone logging in, then I can also share with you how to use this software. So just like a normal PowerPoint, once you finish, you just need to go to the top, stop share. And if you are more than one user, you will see multiple user, their faces, their computer screen on top. Click on once you move on the video, on the top right, there will be two buttons. One is more and one is dot dot dot. Click on the dot 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 and you can have an option called spotlight. Okay, spotlight video means no matter who is talking, only see your face. Well, just in case when you switch to the student, okay, but you don't want to show them, you just want to show your face, you can use spotlight. Okay, so that is how you do the PowerPoint presentation. Other than that, what you need to know is on the right hand side only. Important is here, as a host, you can have everyone. I think there is an option later on when more teachers come in. You can choose to have private communication. I already stopped um, student from sending to each other, but we need to test whether the setting is correct. But I already set that features. Hopefully, it is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, other than that, if you want to communicate to a single student, you can choose the student name here. Then you can talk to a single student privately, or you can broadcast to everyone in here. So other than that is the control here. You want to mute everybody by default, they already mute. Then you can unmute everyone, and you can also have a look. Allow all these. I'm not advise you to disable. Sorry. Which is do not allow them to unmute themselves. Now we allow participants to unmute themselves because we are training teachers. Okay, do you want to allow participants to rename themselves? Okay, because of the features, they have to type in their own name. Okay, so in this case, after that, probably you don't want them to rename themselves, and you don't want them to unmute themselves. These are the two things you can disable. Okay, other than that, what else you need to know? Okay, nothing else. Important is you need more practice. So, login is using Blackboard. Let me just okay. Uh, just remind you need to go to the Blackboard training, and there is a Zoom meeting link. Click on it, and you can see all the scheduled classes for teachers. And for individual classroom, there will be different classes schedule. You can look at the meeting ID. They are all different ID. That means they are in different room, and different session also will be using different ID. That is for security reason. Although we can use back the same ID, but it is not so good. Okay, it's better we use different ID for different purpose so that people will not accidentally use back the history to log into the wrong uh, meeting room. Okay, so teachers, you all try to play around with this one. This is called the non-verbal communication. You need to know how to clear them, and then when your student raise up their hand, you need to know how to clear them, and you need to know who is typing questions. Okay, that's it. Uh, Thank you very much.